The Toyota Corolla Saloon, officially the best-selling car in Ireland in 2019. And this new 4-door version also gets hybrid treatment.
There's not an awful lot I'm going to be able to say or do to convince you that there's too much wrong with it. In fact, there really isn't an awful lot. Let's take a look at the boot to get things going anyway. It's a manual one. Make sure you have it up all the way, because if you don't, you're going to hit the little catchy bit here off your head. And I am, of course, telling this story on behalf of a friend. It didn't happen to me or anything. So the boot is pretty big, even without the seats folded down. Nothing major to report in the back. There's a shopping hook, gadget or two, underneath your floor. It's not removable or anything, but there's tools, there's a jack, there's actually a spare wheel. No foam in the Corolla hatchback, or this Saloon for that matter. Well, look, here's a sheet that explains how hybrid engines work. Do you want to just read that and just save me the hassle of doing the video? Basically, it's a Toyota self-charging hybrid, which I'm sure you're familiar with by now. There's no plugging in, no charging required at all. By the way, to close the boot, there's this little tiny button here that pushes it open, but blink and you miss it. There is almost a flat floor, which is a good start. If you splashed out the over 30 grand for the Sol model, you'll even get heated buttons here for rear passengers, because these outer two rear seats will be heated. Now, there's quite a limited hump in the middle of the floor, which means it's not quite flat, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit more tolerable for middle passengers. If they're not in the middle, you get an armrest that you can use. It kind of angles down really far towards the seat. Should be like that. I found something wrong with the Corolla. You know, legroom is good. These lights are old-fashioned yellow bulbs. And head height, it's not really a problem for me. Someone who's 6 foot, I don't know, 2, might be a bit of an issue, because this bit is kind of hitting off your head, but like I'm overdoing it there to try and emphasize it, because for me it's fine. And there's a door grab, and there's a coat hanger. To the front we go. Another place that's not going to win awards is the display. So it's still a little bit, you know, it's very functional and it works, and it's fast to move to sat nav. Your phone will connect every time via Bluetooth. This is angled towards the passenger for some reason. I can't understand that. And also on the aircon, there's a bit where you can turn off the air on that side to save fuel if there's no one in the passenger seat. Electric cars do that, but hybrids traditionally don't. It's something I noticed in the Toyota. I like it. It's good. So you get your gearbox automatic, obviously, because it's a hybrid. You get your B mode for basically putting extra power back into the engine. Regenerative braking. Under here is a sliding armrest. I don't know why I get so excited about sliding armrest. There is a 12 volt under here. Then you get normal USB point here. There's not an abundance of them in the car, actually. They could have been a bit more generous with them, but it's not USB-C. And then all this stitching is lovely. It's nice, brightens up the car if you get this contrasting kind of, I don't know what colour, it's like a grey brown kind of brown colour. And then up here, they might get dirty depending if you're an animal or not. Steering wheel is just your usual Toyota. It's good. Displays in here, tells you fuel economy, what you're doing. When you're in full EV mode, there is still no CarPlay or Android Auto. Sort it out, Toyota. Well, we will have to find you, and we will, you know the rest. Anyway, I don't know what story with that is. I've heard 2020. Don't know if it's happening. Don't know when it's happening. Get the finger out, Toyota. Make it happen. But you can stream your apps and stuff from your phone if you have it plugged in, and you'll get. Well, no, you won't get much on the screen, but you can also Bluetooth it, so you don't need the cable to use the audio, but you can as well. So there's an option for USB on the screen and Bluetooth. No DAB radio either. And there's some cup holders down here, and they're fine. They're not huge. Door bins are okay. Like they exist, and a big bottle of Volvic. You won't get into the main part that's for standing a bottle up straight, but you will get it sliding sideways into the door pocket, so it will go in. Okay, I will. The Corolla Saloon starts from just over €25,000 if you go for the Aura version, which is the cheapest of the cheapest. Now this is a Sol, it's at nearly €32,000. For that you get things like keyless on the doors, nicer upgraded alloy wheels, the interior, which is nice and contrasty in fairness. Luna Sport is usually the one that's the sweet spot in Toyota. You still get a nice amount of kit on it. You'll get daytime running lights and LEDs and stuff like that. You won't get the keyless and stuff, but there's always something nice in them, and I think that's where the sweet spot is. And if you get one of those ones, you're going to get change out of €30,000. Might only be €5 change, but you know, change, isn't it?
There's actually 3 versions of the Corolla: the hatchback, the new Corolla Saloon as featured in this video, and the Corolla Touring Sports. And if you want to watch a video of how the hatchback performs on the road in more detail, click this link. As with a lot of Toyota hybrid engines, it can be a bit noisy under load, but generally as you're tipping around town, it's nice and quiet and very smooth, and over 50% of the time you'll be in hybrid mode, just wafting along. That said, it does take 11 seconds to get from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, but the trade-off, in a good way, is the fact that you'll be getting 5.5 litres per 100 kilometers all day long. And if you're thinking about a 201 plate, Toyota are currently doing things like 3-year servicing as standard across all their passenger car models. Plus they're doing low APR at 2.9% and trade-in boosters of up to €3,000. So hopefully you've learned some new bits about the new Corolla Saloon Hybrid in this video. Hit like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed what you've been watching. And as always, if you've got a question or a comment, please leave it in the comments below. It's always appreciated. Thanks for watching.